Hey guys, Jason. Just testing my new device here to see if the sound works on this one or not. So this is kind of a sound test and a partial return episode here for this, but I'm gonna just keep it fairly short. What if I told you that the real reason why Nazi Germany lost World War II was for a simple reason: many road trips end. They ran out of gas. You see, in February of 1945, Germany was basically really down to just a couple places left with natural oil production. One of them is the Lake Balaton oil fields of Hungary, which they ran an offensive in the first week of February 1945, and they in turn pushed for a little bit, but then got pushed back. And so they lost those oil fields, which produced maybe 50,000 barrels a month, which is barely enough to fuel a panzer division for a week. And so they were down. Those troops were pushing north towards the Austrian border. The last oil field left in Austria that they had was in Zistersdorf, and it produced maybe 5,000 barrels a month. Again, just a drop in the bucket. And the problems this caused for the German Wehrmacht and for also the Luftwaffe is that with no oil, planes and tanks can't move. Zistersdorf was down to 5,000 barrels a month, which is literally a drop in the bucket. And so they defended that to the last, and again, that fell in late February of 1945. Germany had no natural oil production left. Hitler swore that they'd be able to revive and repair the synthetic fuel plants that Germany had used to produce somewhere around 300,000 tons a month. But again, the Allies had done such a thorough job between the Americans and British of bombing synthetic fuel production that the parts that they needed to repair those plants no longer existed. And so, and as you know, the next month, in April of 1945, Hitler offed himself in the bunker, and then from there, the surrender happened in the first week of May 1945, because a military with no fuel and a military with no oil, mobile combat was impossible. Everything had to be stationary, and this basically made the German Wehrmacht sitting ducks. The Luftwaffe couldn't even get any planes in the air. The last flight of the German Luftwaffe had already occurred in February of 1945, with maybe a few Hitler youth hastily trained to fly planes they owned, but they didn't have enough oil to put any worthy contingent of planes in the air by this point. So there it is. Germany lost the war because they ran out of gas. So take this test for what it's worth, and I will see you guys later on. Peace out, homies.